high-scoring game tonight for the Timberwolves. They took care of a struggling Utah Jazz team, 147-111. The final score, and the Timberwolves have won back-to-back games on back-to-back nights. Welcome to Wolves Live, presented by Postman Law with Tom Crean. I'm Marnie Gellner. And Tom, this was another game that the Timberwolves needed to have in this kind of way, to not mess around with the team that was struggling to put wins together, to really not leave the outcome of this game in doubt. The Timberwolves did exactly that, both of those things. They came out and dominated the Jazz, left nothing to doubt, and didn't even need the starters down the stretch. That is exactly, for the second night in a row, the kind of game that the Timberwolves needed to play.
Absolutely. I'm looking as we go into halftime, and Bryce Sensabaugh's got the points, and I'm thinking, okay, we didn't close the half great. We let them hang around a little bit. What are they going to do to get back in it? And you sit there and say, there's not anything they're going to be able to do to get back in this outside of Bryce Sensabaugh, who had a career night. The Wolves were dominant, and I thought what Jim referred to it as, I think he said, player development mode. That is about as nice of a statement as you can give, or nice of a description you can give on Utah. And they were a step slow on everything. And our guys, Minnesota, just dominated it. I mean, the ball moved, it got in the paint, a ton of threes. I mean, it was good. And we did not take our foot off the gas in the third and fourth quarter, which was huge, because it would have been easy to do in a game like this.
Yep, and then you give Utah a little life, and that just didn't happen. And the Timberwolves really spread it up and down the lineup as well. 5 different players in double figures. 8 players tonight for Minnesota scored between 8 and 23 points. Tom, it was a balanced attack.
And one more possession, Joe Ingles might have joined that. And so you're exactly right. I mean, it was phenomenal. 18 threes. We got in the paint, dominated the points in the paint. It was 40-24. They had half with the points in the paint. It was a very good game. Everybody touched it. The ball, it was in all the areas. It was on the break. It was lobs like this off the break. It was in the paint. It was one more pass type of game. There were turnovers. And it's got to be tough with Utah. It's got to be tough to be a fan in there watching them play it this way. I hope they know what they're doing with building it to where that it really is a player development mode. But what Minnesota did tonight, there was nothing they could have done about that.
Yeah, sometimes the growing pains are very painful, and they seem to be that way for the Utah Jazz right now. Minnesota played again without Anthony Edwards, and it was Ayo Dosunmu in the starting lineup. And for the second consecutive game, Ayo Dosunmu really delivered. A strong performance, 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists tonight for Dosunmu. And right after the game, he spoke with Leah B. Olson.
Ayo, you guys set the tone early in this one in the first quarter with 43 points right away. Julius had 4 steals. What allowed you guys to come out like that?
I think we just played with pace. We played unselfish. We competed on both ends of the court, and we were able to get stops, get out in transition. We were able to turn them over, and we were able to capitalize.
And you had a really strong game with 23 points, but 6 assists as well. What has been the key to fitting into this team so quickly and helping the team in so many different ways?
Yeah, we have so much talent. We have so many guys that can score in different ways. So I just try to use my strengths to get in the paint and create for others and push the pace and make open shots. And I think we did that collectively tonight.
And it's fun to watch how you guys all support each other. There was 12 guys in this one that scored, and every time someone different scored, the bench was having a great time. What is it about this team that everyone feels so connected?
I mean, we connected, you know. We're at a point of a season where every win matters, every game matters, so we try to go out there and have fun, give it our all. And anytime, you know, you got guys out there scoring, we always happy for the next person because we understand the hard work that each and every guy put into the team. So we just supportive of each other.
Ayo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Dosunmu with 23 tonight. He had 19 last night. And Tom, you watched him again. What about Ayo stood out to you playing that starting role again here tonight?
You know what stood out to me? What was Chicago thinking? That's what stood out to me. Why would you ever move on this guy? He is such a good, effective, quick-twitch player. He can shoot it. He plays with tremendous burst. He's got that just change of direction, quickness. The shot, as we see right there, Jim Peterson had broken it down during the game. That the stroke has improved so much with the way that he shoots the ball. And for a team like Chicago that's got to rebuild and it wants to try to get in this was such a valuable piece for them. But now, being a part of Minnesota, he's a much bigger piece of a bigger puzzle. And I think that's what says a lot about him. He fits his team perfectly. You could tell it was going to be really good from the beginning when he got traded over, and he just continues to flourish. I think he brings a contagious energy. The quickness and speed covers up for a lot of things. He's improved so much offensively, and he's playing with a real what's next mindset. He stays in the moment, but he makes the right plays, and then it's boom, right on to the next thing. And I think there's no living in the past. There's no worrying about what he's got to do next. He's locked into the play, and then boom, he's right on to the next one, which is really impressive to watch.
It has been a really nice fit here for Ayo Dosunmu and the Timberwolves that Ayo hit on our picks segment as well tonight. We had him at 1.5 three-pointers, and Dosunmu tonight hit 3 three-pointers and finished with 23 points. Rudy Gobert, 21 points and 12 rebounds. Rudy had a double-double by halftime.
Well, he just gets to the rim so easy. He's rolling well. The lobs, the over-the-tops, he's quick on his roll right now. You can't get to him because he never lets you get to his hands. And he gets that two-hand rebound there. Here they're fighting, they're pushing, he gets the dunk. Great rebounders never let you bottle up a hand or their hands. That's one of the reasons Rudy is so good. He's in constant movement. You can't knock him out of the way, and you can't lock into his arms, and he keeps himself free, and that's why he not only rebounds the balls in his area, but he can go out of his area to get boards because he can cover ground, and he goes with two hands.
And Gobert was one of the reasons that the Timberwolves had 60 paint points tonight, dominating in that area against the Utah Jazz. We'll hear comments from Chris Finch, getting his reaction to this dominating win. Back wins now for the Timberwolves. Tonight's final 147-111. Here's our Menards game summary. Minnesota shot 54% from the field, had 5 players in double figures. Made 18 three-pointers tonight, 60 paint points. The 33 fast break points are a season high for the Timberwolves. 39 assists for Minnesota, also a season high. The 147 points was the second highest scoring total for the Timberwolves as a team. A lot to like tonight in this win for Minnesota. Here are post-game remarks from the head coach, Chris Finch, presented by Treasure Island.
Chris, how critical was it for you, or fun to see that quick start for the team in the first quarter, 43 points, and then seeing Julius with the 4 steals?
Yeah, we needed to come out with a good start. You know, offense was pretty easy in this game. Just a matter of time until we start guarding, and they're a high turnover team. So as long as you kind of put them under enough pressure, you can create those, and then we were able to cash them in. So, but we turned it over a bunch ourselves too. But we were able to survive that tonight.
You don't have too many of these games where you have 12 players who get in and score, and you were able to get. How does that make you feel to be able to get these players in and get minutes for all these different guys?
It felt great. Was the best to me was Terrence. I thought his energy was awesome. Like, he just made a ton of hustle plays. Defensive rotation was good. Coverages. Thought really pleased with how he guarded and played.
Chris, it seemed like especially early, a lot of kind of focus on getting Rudy the ball offensively. Just how much does that have to be a part of what you guys do down the stretch here?
Yeah,
these guys comfortable together.
They were pretty aggressive jumping out on Dante in particular, so he did a really good job of just finding him. Using his own shooting gravity to create pockets for Rudy. So it wasn't like an intentional thing necessarily, but it was the right play. And, it's always best if we can get Rudy going early. So.
How do you see your guys handle it when it doesn't go well with Rudy, and just trying to kind of stay with it and not give up
I
on.
mean, they know not to look to me for sympathy if Rudy drops one of their passes, because sometimes he's going to. I tell him to keep throwing it, and we have to. It pays off more than not, and there are plenty of times when we miss him. So, we obviously want him to catch it. We want to be able to throw it in a manner which it's easier for him to catch and finish. But I'll take some of those turnovers if we're trying to make the right play.
8-4 now without Ant playing. Just kind of what's the collective mindset throughout the course of the season been during these games that the team hasn't fallen into any holes, or it hasn't been detrimental to your season to have Ant miss a few games?
Well, I mean, we have a pretty experienced 7-8 guys, so we feel our floor is pretty high. Ant is obviously a ceiling raiser amongst everything else that he means to our organization, but we got good players, and and we got experienced guys too. Guys that have been around. So, picking up shots and dispersing them through the lineup is, I've always maintained it's like one of the easiest things that people will step up and do. In a game like this, obviously, like clutch baskets and on-demand stuff like that, we didn't obviously need it. So, but yeah, I think we expect to win regardless of who's out there. But certainly, we're a far better team when we're complete.
Zion got in for some minutes tonight, scored his first NBA basket.
Yep.
Just what have your impression been on Zion, and especially having the year he's having in Iowa?
Well, this is the first really that we've seen him since training camp, but he's had a really great year down in Iowa. He's found his shot down there. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and I like his size, and I like that he's pretty much always kind of plays under control. We're again fortunate enough to have opportunity to get him in and play, and it would be Mike Conley who got him the bucket. That was all Mike right there. So credit to Mike as much as Zion. So.
Chris, talking about easy to disperse shots. Was this a good time? Like, you guys are really struggling.
A few guys, yes, yeah.
To disperse shots and give more opportunity maybe for guys to find more rhythm?
Yeah, absolutely. See the ball go in. Jaden's been a little streaky. Dante's been a little streaky. Those guys managed to find it tonight a bit. So no doubt about it. Get a chance for guys to find a bit of a rhythm out there. So.
With games like this, what do you want to accomplish, and do you feel like you did it?
Yeah, I mean, listen. Again, I've said at this point in the season there are no unhappy wins, and you're certainly not going to be unhappy about a 37-point win or whatever it is. But I just like to play sharp all the time, and there are times during the game when we don't do that, and those moments will always get to me. But this is a game we absolutely had to have. We got one of, if not the toughest schedules down the stretch here, and these games are must-win games. So in that way, I say we accomplished it.
The Wolves